Hello everyone, welcome to week 6. Before I begin talking about week 6, I just want to draw your attention to the teacher up here at the top who happens to be working on an anchor chart with her classroom. An anchor chart is something that is enlarged so that it can be displayed in the classroom. It's created with the students and used as a resource. Okay. As always, we're beginning with the introduction. So week 6, we're going to be talking about 2 practices that support lifelong readers who carefully consider the texts and topics that they encounter. We're going to be talking about shared reading and close reading. Close reading is not the same as close, C-L-O-Z-E reading, where there is a word missing and they have to plug in the correct word. Close reading is something totally different. There are 2 presentations for you to view, one on shared reading and one on close reading. Go through those carefully, and there are some embedded links that you need to click on once in the presentation. Be sure that in the close reading presentation that you are reading Chapter 3, which is Access Point 2, Close and Scaffolded Reading Instruction. I just want to make sure that everybody reviews everything before they start their assignments. Your objectives this week: you will select and create materials to support class-wide implementation of a close reading instructional routine. You're going to plan a close reading lesson with 3 purposeful rereadings of a short, powerful text developmentally appropriate to the target audience. And 3, you're going to execute a shared reading portion of a close reading lesson with a 2nd through 5th grade student using the Go React video tool. Okay, assignment 6-1. And there are lots of parts to this assignment. That's why I'm going through it. But make sure that you check off every little part as you are completing the assignment. Now it's time for my favorite part of pulling together a new classroom routine: making the materials. I love to go online to see what other teachers are doing to make their instructional practices a success in the classroom. And I just want to say, not everything that you find online is good stuff. Some of it is very bad examples, and some of it is fantastic. And you're able to see the differences very quickly. But for this activity, you're going to complete the following. First, search the internet for an anchor chart idea that could help you teach text annotation to your students. And please remember what the anchor chart looked like on the previous page. Share a link to the idea along with a brief description of why you believe co-creating this anchor chart with your students would be beneficial to use with your 2T's grade level. Second, develop your own set of text-dependent question frames that you can use to help keep students in any text when starting your close reading routine. I'm going to read that again. Develop your own set of text-dependent question frames that you can use to help you keep students in any text when starting your close reading routine. So these text-dependent frames are going to be able to be used with any text. Determine how you will keep these question frames accessible while teaching students or creating lesson plans. You might consider creating elements for a bulletin board, writing a question card ring, or any other method that would help you remember to use the question frames. Include at least 10 text-dependent question frames in your design. Submit a picture or share a link to the picture of your finished project. If you get the wording for your question frames from a particular website, be sure to cite it. Anything that you are pulling from a particular website, you have to give that author credit and cite it in your work. For any of the above items, you might find something that you really like, but you're going to need to adapt it to work with your grade level. Don't toss it out just because you're going to have to adapt it. Think how you can make that work for your learners. Here's the rubric I'm going to be using to score this assignment. Is it professionally formatted? Does the example anchor chart selected demonstrate developmentally appropriate text annotation methods for a 2nd through 5th grade learner? Did you submit 10 text-dependent question frames with a mixture of questions for use with informational or narrative texts? Notice in the rubric it mentions informational or narrative texts. It doesn't say that up here. But it has to be informational or narrative texts. Then you have your Go React video. Bear with me. You're going to use the Go React link to video yourself teaching the shared reading portion of your close reading lesson plan. You will teach the entire close reading lesson across 1 or 2 tutoring sessions, but you are only videoing the shared reading portion of your plan. Videos should be roughly 10 minutes in length. If it goes above 10 minutes, I'm not going to be viewing what is beyond 10 minutes. You are to post your lesson plan with your submission as a link in the comments or an attached file. You're going to teach the full lesson with your student using the selected text, but you are only videoing the shared reading portion for this assignment. And the rubric can also be found here. When you open the Go React link, submit your video and lesson plan file. If you have any questions about week 6, please ask me before submitting any of the assignments. I look forward to viewing your videos. Thank you.